Well, hello there, everyone. This is Nick, the owner of the Budget Blinds in Blairsville, Georgia. I am currently at Norman Window Fashion's manufacturing and showroom in Dallas, Texas. Now, what you're seeing right here are 4 roller shades, and I want to quickly go over some of the options for you and some of the differences from one to the other so you can make a better informed decision when you're purchasing your shades for your house. First, we'll go over here to the left. You will see a roller shade here that is a light filtering material. Now, this light filtering material tends to have more of a sheared appearance, so it's not really going to give you late evening time and nighttime privacy. It will give you a little bit of daytime privacy as well as some filtering of the light. Up at the top, we have a 4-inch wood painted and or stained valance. So this is covering up the roll, covering up the hardware. This shade is cordlessly lifted, so you will see this small little handle here at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is go down here and we can just push the shade straight up, and wherever you stop pushing, the shade stops and rests in place. We can go ahead and pull it straight back down, and then wherever we stop pushing, the shade holds itself in place. So this is something that does not have any spring mechanism in there. There's no kind of jerky motion or recoiling effect that we have seen in years past. So this could be a very nice option, especially for child or pet safety. The next shade over here, this is basically the exact same thing. Now, this material is also light filtering, but it is a material that's a little bit more dense than this material. So it's going to give us a little bit more privacy, but still not complete privacy in the evening time or at night. The top piece here does have what we call a cassette, and it is fabric wrap. So it does not have a wood valance. That is extruded aluminum wrapped in the material that the shade is in. This shade here is motorized, so it's just your classic motorized shade. We've probably all seen versions of this in some form or fashion. It is very interesting to see the 2 different types of light filtering shades side by side, as well as 2 different top treatment looks. So they do tend to have 2 entirely different appearances, even though they are basically the same type of roller shade. Next, I want to come over here. Now, this is a solar material. Now, this solar material provides us a little bit of privacy during the daytime, but that's not what it was designed for. It was designed for sun control, brightness, heat, and basically fading or UV control on there, but it allows us to still see our view. This one is motorized, but one thing you'll see here at the top is it is a very large valance. This is 7 inches in height here, and it is fabric wrapped in the same material as the shade. And the reason why this one has a much larger appearance at the top than, say, for instance, its neighbors sitting on either side of it is because it is a dual roller shade. There are 2 rollers up there, and that is why that valance is a little bit larger, because it needs to cover up those 2 actual rollers. The back roller is a blackout material. That's going to give us privacy and light blocking in late evening as well as at night. And the front shade is going to give us sun control during the daytime hours. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 solution there. This one over here is your traditional motorized shade as well. Now, this is a blackout material. One thing you will notice besides the blackout material is up here at the top, it has the 4-inch valance that this one has. But this one is painted and stained, where this one is fabric wrapped. Now, the one thing I really wanted to show about this shade is that this is a blackout material. Now, roller shades do a lot of things really well. One thing that they kind of lag on a little bit is room darkening, or trying to black out the room as much as possible. And the reason for it is you'll notice that it has large gaps on the right and left-hand sides. This allows a lot of light leakage to kind of still come into the room. So if you are somebody who is sensitive to sleeping, maybe somebody who has different medical conditions where you need the room really, really dark for whatever reason, this could be a problem for you. So be aware of that. Not a lot of consumers are aware of that roller shades have these large gaps. The reason being is that the brackets for a roller shade hold on the outside edges of the roll so the roll can spin. This takes up space, which pushes the material in and allows more light to come through. So please be aware of that when you're trying to purchase a roller shade for room darkening purposes. It may not be necessarily the best for that. You know, honeycomb shades, Roman shades, sometimes can do a little bit better of a job of darkening a room than a roller shade. But a roller shade can do a lot of other things really well. Give some beautiful textures, some beautiful diversity in light filtering abilities and privacy. So If you have any other further questions, we would love to talk to you about this. This allows you to get something customized for you that may be different from your friends, your neighbors, your family members. We look forward to talking to you more about this. Stay tuned.